Welcome to the podcast for the sisters and bros. It will make you laugh from your head to your toes. Talking about their lives, from the highs to the lows. And the name of the title goes, The Sloppy Joes.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Sloppy Joes podcast. My name is Joe and that's Joe.
Hello.
We have a special sexy producer. He goes by the name of Jay.
Hey, how you doing, Jay?
How you doing, guys? Thanks for having me on.
Well, you're back by
Sheer coincidence.
coincidence.
Not popular demand, then.
No, well, I didn't want to
Just
lie.
lack of other options.
There could be something to do with that. No, Ethan's away. Where's Ethan?
Kent.
He's gone to Kent,
call him
hasn't he?
that, sorry.
Bless him.
Jay, can I just say for the audio listeners, you're looking sexy, mate.
Yeah.
He is looking good,
We're all
isn't
wearing
he?
black today.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Winter's on the way, isn't it?
Winter is coming. That's
You know
why
what
I've
I
been
mean?
bulking early.
Yeah. You've been bulking, yeah. What are you going to do? Hibernate for a month like a black bear?
I'd love that. Bears, do bears just go to sleep for a month?
Yeah, pretty much. More than a month.
Or do they just chill out? Like, I don't really get hibernating.
Yeah, no, well, yeah. So they don't go to sleep. They just sort of watch telly, play Xbox, just sort of sit in the jacuzzi or whatever for 6 months. Yeah, they do that, yeah.
Bears wank, Jay.
Do you know what I love about coming on this podcast? It's the highbrow, intellectual conversation we have. Do bears wank? Not in Eccles, they don't, no, because I do it for them. So
That's
kind of me side hustle.
He goes along with it.
Hibernating
Like that.
season in Eccles is brilliant.
Yeah.
Queues outside Jay's house. Coming up on the show today, we've got the 9 out of 10 Club, which is a special guest from Jay. He's brought it. I went and got it. It's gonna be fun. Let's put it that way.
I don't know what it is.
Joe versus Joe is all about questions about Jay's life, and me and you go head to head on that.
Yeah.
Which I'm
Am I 5-2 up? 1st to 7. That's to spend
Yeah.
24 hours in a McDonald's with Ethan.
It's such a shame. Such a shame.
You're getting your back waxed next week,
But
by the way.
also, why don't your take so long to get that ready? I'll probably get my back waxed in McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Yeah, love it.
McDonald's.
Wow.
So don't say it's a bad
Banter
idea.
like this all podcast.
Go on.
And then we'll ask Jay. So we've put it on Patreon quite early. If you've got any questions for Jay,
We've got some
you
questions.
get them in. So already that is good.
Yeah.
How's your week been, Joe? I saw you at Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
Yeah, I entered the Pleasure Dome, the Pleasure Pit, the Pleasure Palace.
Was it why Blackpool?
What?
Why Blackpool?
Well, it's the closest pleasure beach there is.
Okay.
My partner, Lizzie, is a big fan of the Pleasure Beach. I'd never been. I'd never been to
never
Blackpool.
been to Blackpool?
No, never been to Blackpool. Never
Really?
been to Pleasure Beach. Wow, what a place.
Did you tick them all off? The rides, the big ones?
The big one, yeah, I went on that.
Wait, the big one is good, isn't it?
Pepsi
Jay?
Max.
Jay, have you been on the big one?
Yeah, of course.
It's one of the best rides I've ever been
It's
on.
unbelievable,
It's-
right? Avalanche. You know, we're talking your icons, yeah? Your Grand Nationals.
Was Valhalla open?
Valhalla was unopened.
Why is that shit?
Grand National, that's the first ride when you get in. It's got to be 60 years old.
What's
is-
that one? What is that one?
This
what
thing
happens?
is made of toothpicks.
Oh,
you
God.
literally go around a wooden track. It's just whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
For ages. I'm not joking. I honestly think I've lost minimum 50,000 brain cells.
Bang,
Just
bang.
absolutely
yeah.
rattling about. I've never been on a roller coaster like it. It was the most scared I've ever been on a roller coaster.
Really?
It's not very high. It's not very fast, but it's the most likely to cause you actual bodily harm.
Yeah, it is
It's one of those roller
intense,
coasters
isn't
where, because it's so tight and cramped, if you put your hands up, because I'm quite tall, I honestly think you could just come out, gone. Just clipped your fingers off, 40 mile an hour, they're gone. Fantastic. The whole place, unbelievable. Anyone who slags it off, I don't know how it's got this reputation of being
I don't know
shit.
how it's got. It's good fun.
Phenomenal.
Weird in the night, like late into the night, it gets a bit tasty.
Sorry, what do you mean late into the night? The park closes at 5. What have you been doing?
No,
at
I'm talking about Blackpool
late
itself.
into the
I'm talking
night?
about Blackpool itself. If you're sticking around Blackpool till 10 p.m, bro,
Is it rough?
it's a bit tasty. I want to say
it?
rough. It's a bit tasty.
When you say tasty.
Bit
Go on.
rough.
Yeah. I won't say rough, I said
yeah,
tasty.
but-
What are your thoughts on Blackpool, Jay?
Yeah, I used to love Blackpool as a kid and the Pleasure Beach and all that, the Grand
unreal.
National.
Yeah.
And you're right, it is proper old, that ride. But I used to work in Blackpool. I used to report in there. And
What, you reported on the Pleasure Beach?
no, like
Yeah.
I reported
Our
at Blackpool
pleasure
as part of my
correspondent.
patch. And yeah,
The Bears were there.
that's why I was walking around the Pleasure Beach taking notes. I was a reporter. But Yeah, when you report that, it's got like a massive heroin problem, and it's all the stag doos and the empires is always kicking off, and people
just
getting
shooting up them
battered,
rides.
and yeah, it was just it's a bit grim.
Any crazy stories you reported on in Blackpool?
There was this one guy, right? I got the nod. Can you get down to Blackpool? This kid's took some. He's bought some legal highs from Blackpool Market.
So no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
So far, the guy's a law-abiding citizen.
Yeah.
Let's not demonise anyone on this podcast.
Absolutely well said. Yeah, so he's bought some legal highs. He's took him upstairs, took him in his bedroom, basically died, but his dad's brought him back to life. He's given mouth to mouth and CPR and all that,
Jesus.
and saved him. So can you go down to his house and interview him? Right. So I thought, yeah.
How has this got out?
So this, feel good
Dad
factor.
Imagine
story.
that. If that's my son, the
Yeah.
last thing I'm doing is like, in the paper.
I think to be fair,
In the bloody radio.
I think he rang the radio station before he rang the ambulance. So
We've got a story one minute.
I'm the hero. I've got to tell you about how I've saved my son's life.
If we just start the CPR now.
Yeah. Well, he looks.
It's only if you can guarantee it's going to make the press.
Yeah, he's gone from purple to blue. He'll be all right. So I went down there, managed to find his house because I only had the street name. I knocked on a few doors and someone knew where he lived. So I went down there. I was quite lucky because the first house I knocked on, they knew where he lived.
Oh, that's
so they
good.
sent me to him. So it wasn't like Hugh Grant in Love Actually where you're knocking on about 50 doors. So went in this house. I told them I was from Rock FM. They let me in. Rock FM.
You knocked on the door like that.
It's mad that Rock FM has got nothing
That's
to
a
do
great
with
joke,
rock.
and no
innit?
one
No,
likes
it's
it.
not rock at all. It's
That
just
plays pop.
Yeah, it's proper pop.
It's weird, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it mad that?
Misleading. So I went in, and as I walked in the house, I looked to the right in the front room, and it was like there was no carpet or anything. It was just like mattresses and full of kids. So I walked through. They led me to the kitchen, and there's just kids everywhere. Right, he had like 10 kids. And they've got a big, massive dog as well. And like this kid, one of the kids, like little kid, is sort of stood next to me as I'm chatting to them, and
Yeah.
he's just like that, like that.
Quite literally.
Yeah, like that, right?
Pecking your head.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the kid as I'm talking to the dad, and he's telling me what's happened. And I'm thinking, any minute now he's going to tell his kid
Yeah,
to
he's
stop
got to, he's got
poking the guy. Like, don't poke him. And he didn't. He just carried on. So as this kid's
Throughout the
just like,
whole interview, you had your head poked.
well, just for about 10 minutes or whatever. And then I said, well, like, because this wasn't the interview, this was just the chat. And then I said, like,
The preamble.
this is the preamble. And then we did the interview. And then what I love about it, like, the guy was like, he told me the story and what he'd done. And he said, I just want to, stop this happening to any other families.
There you go.
Well, the way he said it, he went, you know when your kids go to the market and they buy drugs, you don't expect them to be dodgy.
No.
And I thought, what do you think?
That's class.
Like FDA approved drugs. Yeah, all right.
Did you ever have to report on the donkeys? The donkeys on the beach.
Was there a scandal?
There was a scandal. They can't use them donkeys anymore, can they?
Really?
Why
The
would
donkeys
the
was crap.
donkeys weren't like dodgy?
The donkeys themselves
But
were.
the donkeys, none of the donkeys were.
I don't think any of the donkeys wanted to be there. Let's just say that. Terrified. What?
Was it like an animal rights thing?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it
right, I
was.
thought the donkeys were like war criminals.
No. Mafia donkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard. You think about it, those donkeys were getting run into the ground, though, weren't they? Like,
Yeah.
do you know
Especially
what I
when a kid like me would rock up.
Oh, my imagine.
Jesus.
Can I get on with my sister? Tweedledee and Tweedledum on the donkey.
Fucking donkey's shitting himself.
How come that donkey's shaped like a fucking shoehorn?
I always thought about if I ever go to Egypt and ride a camel, the camel might fuck me off.
I know.
Won't mind it though.
How's your... Such a weird end to a little point that. What mind what? Getting fucked off by a camel. What does that mean?
Stuff. But it's Blackpool's
Wouldn't mind
good,
it though.
Change the subject.
Chance to be a fine thing, wouldn't
It
it?
just sounded sexual. I thought, why not? Let's go with it.
what have you
Anything
been
else?
doing
Can
this
I
week?
ask you food? What did you eat? We love this sort of stuff.
So we took a packed lunch.
It's unbelievable. Jay,
made
right? These are so crazy. These people are crazy. They go to places, right, like Rome, the best country in the world for food.
Blackpool,
Italy,
known for its fucking
known for its fish and
£1.99
chips.
burgers.
Known for its fish and chips.
Yeah.
Known for its candy floss. Known for its great sweets. Its fresh hot donuts. I know what I'll do. I'll bring a packed lunch.
Yeah, so we tried
Explore the world, Jay. Joe.
Right,
Sorry.
we tried to save money. It's 40 quid a ticket for Pleasure Beach.
What did you bring on your sandwiches?
So I packed, I prepped a classic cheese and pepper pitta, 2 each to bring in.
I can't believe you
Just let me finish. 2
brought
each.
a packed lunch to
We also
Blackpool.
brought an apple each and 2
Cadbury Suns.
and 2 multi-pack packets of pickled onion Monster Munch each. So we get to the front of the queue.
Who pushes this agenda? Is it you or your partner?
Both of us.
Do you not want fish and chips?
I like fish and chips, but so we get there. You have to go through a metal detector now. I say now. I've never been before, but
Jesus, report on that, Jay.
I've never been to anywhere where you have to go through a metal detector,
What?
except an airport.
Yeah.
And the person goes, "What's in the bag, mate?" And I went, "Oh, classic disposable camera,
You brought a packed lunch. Sad
Rennie's,
bastards.
packed lunch." And he's like, "Can't have a packed lunch." Gives me a laminate that's got the word picnic with a line through it. I'm like, what is that? Yeah, you can bring in crisps and apples, but you can't bring in sandwiches because it's classed as picnicking. And he said that's a
Really?
verb we just don't allow in the park.
Because they want to sell food.
They want to sell
And
food
to normal people.
So we were like, oh, there's lockers around the corner. So like pop us sandwiches in the locker. So we went around the corner. 4 quid for lockers.
Did you get that back?
No. So instead of that, we took them out of the tin foil and because it's very
In your
flat.
in underpants?
No, very flat. We just stuffed them down the back of the lockers. So we just they just were held up suspended in midair with the friction between the lockers and the wall. Stuffed us packed lunch in there and then came back for it at lunchtime. So I'm not paying for lockers. Do you know what I mean? Because at that point, if you're paying 4 quid for a locker, you might as well buy fish and chips. And we decided we weren't doing that.
Yeah.
So we had cheese and pepper pittas, and they'd been stuffed behind a locker for 6 hours.
Did you bring your own tub of ice cream as well instead of paying for a night?
Yeah, a lovely Neapolitan.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you been up to? It's great though. Honestly, really good. The rides are great. Pepsi Max is shit scary.
Oh, sorry.
Fantastic. Lovely place.
It's not just me that Jay that thinks it's a bit.
I mean,
It's
I
just they love this. I can cook for myself. I know what you mean.
But when we went to-
one time, it's good, but you cooked for yourself 4 times in Copenhagen. You said
3 times. But also, here's
You
the
were there
thing,
4
Joe. No,
nights.
like, I'm this. I know what you do for a living, so I know what I'm saying could come across as callous. But I don't. This is no regard to you.
Yeah.
Eating out is invariably way less healthy than eating in. It's fattier. It's more calories. It's worse for you.
Yeah.
It's also 3, 4, 5 times as expensive. Cost
It's
of
a lot of
living
fun.
crisis.
It's a lot of fun.
It is, and I do it. But not this time. What have you been doing this week? Make sure you check out the Sloppy Joe's Patreon, where the top sloppers unite to get all of the best Sloppy Joe's content. What extras do you get? Great question. Extra podcasts, live podcasts, behind the scenes videos. You also get early access to all of our podcasts and the very special Sloppy Joe's feature, where Joe McGrath tells you about times that he has pooed himself. There's only one way to describe it. He shits himself all the time. If you want to be the ultimate slopper, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Sloppy Joe's Podcast. As you can see there, the link is in the description for all of that extra stuff. The slop mamas, the slop daddies, the slop goblins, yeah? Mr. and Mrs. Slop Shop. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Sloppy Joe's Podcast for the ultimate sloppy experience.
I went to a factory in Wigan that's been
Right.
open for 100 years.
Speaking of fun,
Uncle Joe's mint balls.
I love them.
You love them.
I
I've got
love
loads out of my home, in my house.
In your home?
In my house.
Can I have some?
Yes, they're great, aren't they?
They're so nice.
It's been the same recipe for 100 years. And it's the great nephews of the guy who originally started it. Really? Reason why we went there, I was doing some reporting because Prince Charles went there, King Charles now, when they were 100. And they still do the method the same way. Boil the stuff, get it on a cold table, cool it down, but fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it. And then they put it in the machine, boom, 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 mint balls.
do you know when you say they still got the same recipe method as when they say same recipe, does it, when you open the recipe book, 170 years old, fucking hell. Does it just say boil the stuff like you said?
Yeah.
Or is there any more
can I
detail
just say,
than
there's
that?
3 ingredients in a mint ball.
Go on then. Right, no, stop there. You're Joe McGrath, reporter, roving reporter. You go anywhere.
Anywhere.
3 ingredients. Surely you can remember all
Sugar's
3.
one of them.
Right. Sugar. 3. There's only 3 ingredients. Simple. Ingredient number 2.
It's cool, isn't it?
What's
Sugar was definitely one of them.
Yeah.
But not in the sugar-free ones.
No, presumably
had
there's
more
no
additives
sugar.
in that
There's
one.
only 2 ingredients in that one.
Something like, Jake, have you got... Are you typing away there, Jay?
I'm just gonna double check your answers. That's all. Seeing if you can find out the
I don't know the other two.
Right.
the other.
What's the other 2? Give us the other 2.
I don't know. Probably
Also as
peppermint
well-
oil at some point.
So, I was told by one of the producers that... So basically, when they hand over to me during the show, there's a moment then when, in the studio, the main presenter and the producer can catch up on what's happening for the rest of the show. So they don't really listen to me. They just let me wobble on for 5 minutes.
Wobble.
Then I hand back. Wobble.
Waffle.
Waffle and wobble. Same time. The Waffle Wobble Show. That's the new name for Sloppy Joes. And apparently the producer called me and said, you know, you said Uncle Joe's mint balls once, and then you just said Uncle Joe's balls for the entire rest of the thing, right? He said, I can't believe it. No one picked you up on it. It's because they're all
Uncle Joe's
talking.
balls.
I said, Uncle Joe's balls. What a pleasure it's to be here. Right? I just constantly talk to him. And Bill, he's called Bill. He's a lovely guy. He went,
It's called Bill.
Joe, no,
Uncle
this is
Joe's
the guy.
Mint Bills, it should be called.
Uncle Bill's balls.
Uncle Bill's mint bills.
Yeah. Uncle Bill, no, he's not my uncle. But Bill called me, he works for this. I was listening, Joe, you just kept saying Uncle Joe's balls.
Did something take over you?
I just think I just came naturally.
It's nice, that, isn't it?
Yep.
What have you been up to this week, Jay?
It's this and that.
Yeah, but what do you mean?
You must have been doing something.
I just feel like you lot have all been doing something extravagant. You've been visiting the Uncle Joe's Balls Factory ahead of King Charles III or whatever.
No,
after him.
he's already been.
Jay was talking. Jay's a guest lecturer at a uni this week.
Oh yeah,
and he's
sorry,
not
I
telling
forgot
us
about that.
Have you
Yeah,
not told
I did
about
that.
that?
Yeah, I
That's
went down
pretty cool.
to the United 92 class of 92 uni near Old
Got the
Trafford
name right?
Cricket Ground. What?
What's the name?
What's the name?
1992. It's about airplanes.
UA
I saw that
92.
film. It's dramatic, isn't it?
Hey.
What does UA stand for? So we just can get the full name because obviously you're an ambassador for the university. So
I'm not an ambassador. I was
you
a
are-
guest.
but you're a
Yeah,
representative
yeah.
of the university in your particular.
No,
capacity. No googling. UA
what do you
92.
mean, no
what does it stand
Googling?
for?
Don't tell me
I'm
sugar's one
not-
of the ingredients.
I'm not Googling. It stands for University Academy. Everyone knows that.
Good lad. See,
Do you know
don't
what I
have to
mean?
Google it.
Like, come on, don't give me all that.
It's great fun.
So what were
Yeah.
you down there doing?
Just a bit of a chat to the students that are studying sports journalism. So gave a bit of chat about journalism and sports. But why are you laughing?
No, it's just. I'd love
I'm
to
a
be my
multi-award-winning journalist. I'll have
teacher.
you know.
I'd love if you
And
were
I-
my teacher.
Do you know
I'm
Jay's won
co-
2 Sony awards?
Well, yeah.
What were they for again? I generally want to know.
No, we won 2 areas.
Is
for-
this
That was the
yeah,
Sony
yeah.
Oscars,
Sorry, yeah.
Change sponsors or something, wasn't it?
For the community, some of the community coverage, and then news coverage. It was after the arena attack. We covered all that stuff, so we won a couple of awards, and we won an O2 as well.
See?
So as
won
part
an
of a
O2?
team, but it still counts.
Do you get
Yeah.
nerves before?
That's sort of best ensemble cast Oscar award, though, isn't it?
He's good. Dan.
I might have been the Tom Cleverley of that team, but I still got the medal. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
That's-
Anderson's still got 4 Premier League winners.
Exactly.
Hey, whoa.
Thank you.
You said Tom Cleverley.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So anyway.
None
Yeah,
of
so I
that.
just gave a talk, but they were good, man. They were chatting to us, and everyone seemed engaged, and it was all right. It was a good laugh, and the guy that was the lecturer is someone I knew from my radio days. So yeah, it was all good stuff, man. It was good to.
I'd love to be told by you, Jay.
I was nervous though going in.
If you were to be a full-time teacher at a school, what lesson would you
Oh,
teach?
it's awkward as well if you were nervous because you can't imagine them in the nude.
That's a good point, that.
That's, you get in
Thank
big
God
trouble.
I didn't. To be honest,
You get in big trouble.
It was.
Big trouble.
If you don't ever you go into teaching, by the way.
No, I don't get nervous. I'm often nude.
So,
No, it was good. It was good stuff. Sorry, what was the next? Was there
if
was
you
another
had
question?
to be a secondary school teacher, because Joe thinks you'd be a good one, what
Oh,
lesson would you teach?
Thanks, Joe. I always liked to. I was going to be a teacher.
Well, yeah.
Well, when I said I was going to, I when I did shadowing of someone teaching at Ashton on Mersey once because I was looking at it as a career, but it weren't for me. Kids did me in.
So history.
You know.
Right, yeah.
couldn't be
You
doing
just
that.
like to teach like adults.
Was
Yeah.
it young kids or like old? Like,
It was a mix because I spent the day there, so I went to different classes, and I would like to do history. That seemed to be my sort of
Did you have?
favourite.
I bet Joe had like an enemy teacher, a teacher that you just. You don't have to name them, but maybe you can just say if you did or not. The one that just you didn't get on with, they didn't get on with you. Clashed a lot.
Piddington.
Piddington
Bear, they called her.
Fucking Piddington.
Yeah, we struggled. We clashed. We would butt heads. Rare that we were unbuttered. We were basically Siamese.
What did they teach you?
Conjoined. Correction.
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 What did they
point.
teach you?
Well, it was year 5. so I was 9. Wow. My God, was it a war of the mind.
yeah, that's really where you get your vendettas, isn't it?
Here's the thing that happened, right? So it went Howes, year 3, Miss Howes, great, one of my favourite ever teachers. Petrus, year 4.
Jesus, you sound like you're in Harry Potter.
Dave Petrus, absolute legend of the game. Always drank a cup of tea out of a Stanley flask and only ever used a fountain pen. We did encounter some rocky road with Petrus. He used to rip my work out of my book and throw it in the bin sometimes.
Why?
But
Is that bad?
We were still on the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
Then we go Piddington.
Oh,
that's
tell me about it.
that's where the wheels fell off. And between Piddington and basically uni, it was a shit show for me, school, in terms of like behaviour and being on report and all that. But Piddington, she at my parents' evening, bearing in mind I'm a 9-year-old, one of the youngest in the class, so I'm 9. She went 8.
What's
I'm
going
9.
on?
She came in and went, I feel like he's trying to catch me out. He's trying to catch me out mentally. Like I'll say something and he'll ask me a question that'll undermine me. I'm a 9-year-old.
You're a 9-year-old.
If you can't outwit
Psychopath.
a twat of a 9-year-old like I was, then it's not the 9-year-old's fault, is it?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, apparently I was
Yeah.
trying to catch her out and
Keeps hiding his
foolishly she made the mistake of being caught out by a fucking 9-year-old, and that was my fault. So
He keeps hiding his packed lunches down the lockers.
yeah, exactly.
Can't never find him.
There's a cheese and pepper pita behind the lockers. Anyway, so yeah, that's where where the wheels fell off.
Did you have one? A nemesis?
Oh, yeah, I had quite a lot.
Did you?
Nye. Nye.
Bill Nye? That's
No,
a nice guy.
Dr. Nye. We just never saw eye to eye.
We never saw eye to Nye.
Eye to Nye. It's a good one.
great
But yeah, I was just a bit of a troublemaker at school. Just got kicked out a lot of the class. Just making silly noises.
Give us an example.
I just try and do a cracking bird one.
Go then. That's absolutely awful.
Yeah, but with a bit of echo, it was great.
What do you mean with a bit of echo? Where were you
There's
being
also
taught
the
in a
chicken,
church?
there's a little bit better.
It's slightly better, but
Yeah,
still
but
crap.
back in the day
anything
when
that
I was
isn't
like-
feathered. Do you do any impressions of non-feathered beasts?
No, I never mastered the non-feather beast. It was only the birds I mastered, and the rest.
No. Antiquated and sexist. Jay,
Yes, my friend.
how was your school life?
I was just lazy, mate. I was lazy. I got caught smoking and that as well. But it was funny once because
Just once.
I remember I was in class.
You laughed one time at school.
Yeah, I was in class and teacher comes up, it's Mr. Thompson, and he wasn't teaching me in this class. He just comes up, he goes, "You come here with me." Oh, no. So what's he want? So
Well, he just comes into your class and he's
yeah,
not teaching
he
it.
goes, "You, Mottershead, come here with me."
Mottershead.
Shit.
Second name.
That's his full name as well.
Yeah, I was like, "What's his beeswax like?" Anyway, he took me down to the courtyard. There's all these paper aeroplanes and all this paper everywhere. He made me pick it up. He's like, "Look at this. This is amazing. Look, oh, there's more here. Come on, pick this up." I thought, he's lost his fucking marbles. So I'm picking up all this paper and I was thinking, right, what is this about? He goes, "Right, go and put it in the bin and get back to your lesson." I thought, that's a bit like dragging me out the middle of history or whatever.
Yeah.
For that. Anyway, I was on my lunch break and I was chatting about it and I said, "Mr. Thompson's lost the fucking plot. He had me doing this." Told my mate Nathan Baker, who's the only other non-white person in our year. And he went, "Oh yeah, he saw me throwing paper aeroplanes." So, I was like, that's Christmas, that, innit? Eh? Do you know what I mean? Straight out of the staff room, knocks on the staff room doors like, "It's Mr. Thompson." As Mr. Thompson, he went, "Oh yes, it's Mottershead." I went, "Yeah, I've just spoken to Nathan Baker. He said you saw him throwing paper aeroplanes out the window, and you made me pick him up. And I've told my mum, she's gone mad." And I hadn't told my mum because she
Yeah,
wouldn't give a shit.
like it. You made the first
but I thought I'll fully whip out the old. My mum's angry because of the race card thing, and he shit himself, and he was like,
That's mad.
Right, help me take him out of the bins.
Yeah, I'll make some more for you.
Yeah. Wow. Baker on the ropes.
Baker.
It was funny because at school I was on report, like classroom report,
big time.
where you go into the class and you have to sign. And our kid went to the same school as me, but he went there like 5 years after. No, about 10 years after me. He's 10 years younger than me, and he don't look nothing like me. He looks more like Joe, our kid. Either of you two. He's white. He's got a beard, but he didn't have a beard when he went to
does look
school.
a bit like me, actually.
And so when he got into the class, like his teachers were like, "Mottershead, do you know Justin Mottershead?" Which is obviously my full name. And he went, "Oh yeah, it's my brother." And they were like, "Right, well you can sit at the front then." So he had to sit at the front.
It's 5 years younger than you.
Nine years. 9 years. younger. This
The
is wild.
reverberations
Of
are
9 years.
so wide
Yeah.
and long. And from Jay's misbehaviour,
Yeah,
that
it's
even
bad,
9 years later, his younger brother
I know. Felt
is immediately chastised.
He did well in his GCSE, so I think that's my contribution.
And he had to pass them up to you, though, didn't
to
he?
his education.
Wow, well done.
Love it. Right, well, that was our weeks in question. Thank you very much for... no one gets involved in that, sorry. Just went into autopilot.
Thank you very much, Jay,
Thanks
for
very
telling
much
us.
to Jay for telling us.
You're welcome.
Racist teachers. I am concerned about Jay's 9 out of 10 club because
get it
it
back.
has been sitting in the corner for a while. Apologies, it was my anxiety when I ordered it. I didn't want it to be late. 9 out of 10 club is next. Joe, what is it?
It has actually been in the corner for over an hour. Is it still edible?
Yeah.
Well, we'll test that theory.
All right, the 9 out of 10
Surely.
Club is founded, and I think proved last week, by Joe's inability to rate any food that he eats less than 9 out of 10. He eats it.
Not really remember last week.
No. Absolutely love it. You brought super noodles
They
in.
were they're delicious.
Yeah, they're all right.
They're delicious. Super noodles are delicious, aren't they, Jay?
Super noodles are actually underrated. I would never buy them or eat them. But when you have them, they're
I
nice.
never say you brought in kimchi.
Anyway, so now what we do is we bring in a food each week that we believe is 9 out of 10, genuinely, and we all have to agree that it is and put it in the 9 out of 10 club. This week is a guest producer, Jay's turn, and he's brought it in. So, Jay, if you could give us a little tale of why you like this food, and then at the end, reveal exactly what it is.
Right. On a Friday in our house, it's pretty much everyone's house, and it's takeaway night on a Friday.
Yeah.
In the Mottershead household, the Mottershead Vaughan household. So if I get my way, we have a certain food from a certain country. Yeah? Am I allowed to say
Presumably,
what?
it comes from
You can
England.
say what it is. You can say
Oh,
what
you
it
can
is.
say what it is?
No,
All
no,
right.
reveal it at the end.
All right, yeah. So a certain food from a certain country. And I used to have one sort of food that I'd always have the same. And then one day I went out for a meal and I tried something different. And I tried this and it was amazing. And then
You won't see this coming.
my local restaurant of this country didn't do it. So I requested it and they started making it for me. And then when I moved, the takeaway near me does do it. And now I have it pretty much every Friday because once I find
reveal
something
it
that's
to Jay.
different.
I
I
know.
said to Jay, I said, bring in 9 out of 10 club, and I said, what do you want? He said, oh, I don't know. And I went, what is your favourite food? So this is your favourite food, isn't it?
This is like, if I have a takeaway, this is what I get.
Go on.
And if you gave me a choice of any takeaway in the world, unlimited budget, which is pretty much what you've done, I'd go with this.
Go on.
This is me.
Put
Jay,
the camera on Joe.
put us out of our misery, Jay. What is the food?
It is duck in orange sauce.
So fucking random. Right, Jay, bring the bag up. Put it on a wide here.
yeah, it's on the
Put
wide,
it on a
it's on the
wide.
wide.
Put
Bring the
some-
food over. Come over here with us.
Duck in orange sauce.
Duck
We sat
in
the
orange
corner.
sauce.
I got it from Wings. It's the only place, the Manchester posh one.
Yeah?
17 quid. There's only...
Right, let's
Come on, stand over here in the middle there. Fuck each. Right, he's unwrapping it for the audio listeners.
Yeah.
and for the visual listeners, he's struggling to unwrap it. Wow, there's a lot of sauce.
Jesus.
Does it always come in such a sauce? So Wings, by the way, was one of Louis van Gaal's favourite restaurants in Manchester.
There you go. Look at that. Look at that.
A lot of orange pieces in there.
Come on.
Right, so Joe's going in for a bit now. Oof.
Oh, my word, it's orangey.
Wow, it looks pretty good, you know.
Go on. Tuck in some.
It's so fucking
Right.
Right, so being true to the listeners here, that's the first time I've ever tried duck and orange sauce. Is that the first time for you?
I've never had that.
It's different, isn't it? I mean, right, so if anyone doesn't know, it literally is an orange sauce.
It's like
I thought it'd be like okay.
No, there's
okay sauce.
not orange the colour. There's literally like 7 or 8 slices of orange just at the edge of that tub.
It's unique. I've never
Imagine dipping, if anyone's never had it, imagine dipping a chicken drumstick in a Capri Sun. It is mad.
I don't know what to make of it, Jay. In terms of the one we got you, is it good quality, good standard? And are you happy?
I mean, I love it because it's my favourite meal. It's
his favourite meal. I love it. Why do you love it? Because it's his favourite meal.
So random.
How did you even get onto duck in orange sauce? I've heard of like chicken in lemon sauce or something.
Yeah.
when I was a bit younger, I was a bit more adventurous. And we went to a Chinese restaurant and I saw duck in orange sauce and I thought, oh, that looks a bit weird. I'll bet that. And it was amazing.
What a gamble.
So, and then, you know what I'm like? I'm proper, basic when it comes to my food or my likes. Like, if I like something, stick with it forever. So that was it then. I just kept having it.
So tell us what you like about it.
Well, I think it's a bit tangy, innit?
It is tangy. That'll be the orange.
Tangy. It's got a nice texture to it. And it's very filling.
It is.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I do actually feel quite filled from
you eat one of them, right? I have that with salt and pepper chips, and I am done.
I think it might be the fucking salt and pepper chips.
I have that. With 2 portions of egg fried rice and a salt and pepper chips, and I am full.
So full.
Crackers.
I have that, and a Mackey's on the way home. I couldn't eat stuff.
I've never been so full though. What they put in it?
Put a fucking pin in me because I am done.
I know what you mean.
You have that with the big.
And an extra life.
Hey, I have that, and I'll tell you what, I struggled to eat my McFlurry afterwards.
Oh man,
I struggle to eat the Indian I've got waiting for me. The Madras barely gets touched.
So can you go first?
What I want to say,
I'm spooked.
What I want to say is, before anything else, when you ask someone why this is your favourite food, and they say because it's tangy and it fills me up. Might as well put a grapefruit up your arse if that's your criteria. They're tangy as fuck. It's tangy and it fills me up. I mean, it's one of the more simple reviews.
No, it's nice. I love it.
Yeah, no, you love it. The listeners know you love
He's
it.
still eating it. No one who loves it. He's fucking. I don't know. What,
I don't know
even what it is.
I can see it in Jay's face. He absolutely loves it.
And the thing that
honestly,
the thing is, I remember when he came on last time, and he brought the
cheeseburger,
the single cheeseburger from McDonald's, and we didn't put it in. And it shouldn't be a thing based on like fairness and like sadness and guilt. But part of me wants to put it in just because it's Jay and he's coming again and he's helping us out.
Part of me would like to put it in and then we can review it. Part of me would love to see Ethan's face when he tries duck in orange sauce.
That's true, because we are doing a live stream for patrons only, where we take everything out of the 9 out of 10 club and put it back in.
Should we submit it?
I don't know if we can.
I don't know if we can because
it was weird. It tastes like a sports drink.
Jay, would you be upset? Would you be upset if we didn't include it?
Would he be upset? Look, it was like a pig in shit. What do you mean, would he be upset? This is the happiest I've ever seen him. I think, wait, quick. 3, 2, 1.
No,
not going
it's
in.
not in.
Jay don't even know it. Jay's so happy, you don't even know.
Load.
So it's not gone in.
It's all right.
But I'm so glad we brought that in.
Yeah, it's such a
duck in orange. Have you finished it off?
There's some of the oranges left. Do you want them?
Oh, cheers! Yeah, I'll make a fucking smoothie with them.
Yeah, we're having what are they called? Sangria afterwards. A bit of fucking.
Have you got my water in?
A bit of duck in this sangria. Thank you so much for bringing it in. And honestly, the passion behind it.
What would you get from a Chinese if you only allowed one dish, like Jay?
Crispy chili beef.
Oh, it's a good dish.
It's a good dish.
I like it. I really love the OK sauce these days.
I like OK sauce. I also love a dry fried spare rib in a honey sauce. Kill me
now.
Anyway, thank you so much, Jay, for bringing that in.
No,
to be honest, I'd really liked it, but I can't say it was 9.
Let me have it.
You're welcome. Joe versus Joe.
Joe versus Joe. Boom, 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 boom. Listen,
the quiz show heard around the world.
It's getting intense, isn't
It's
it?
getting really intense.
I can't remember last week 'cause I got a bit too drunk by that time, didn't I?
Yeah, you turned up 4 pints in, Joe, if I'm honest with you.
3.
And people noticed.
Do you know, yeah, well, they loved it, didn't they?
They
I always
loved
get
it.
compliments on it when I'm drunk.
Yeah, because people
From
think you're
my
drunk when you're
family.
sober. From your family?
Yeah, my sister always goes, "Oh, that was a great episode, that."
Was she drunk?
Maybe.
But
I didn't
this
realise
week-
as well on the way here. On
Yeah.
the way here, I checked my receipts afterwards after the night out.
Always check your
And on the
receipts.
way here from the pub to here, I had 8 chicken wings from Dixie's. I didn't know that.
You're joking?
No, I didn't know it. I didn't know what Dixie's either.
You've just become a sort of combine harvester, haven't you? In your later years?
It will be changing now. It will
And
be changing.
do you know what
In fact,
next-
there's something in the air that needs to stop.
Right, Joe versus Joe. Usually Ethan comes up with a topic himself, doesn't he?
Yes, they're
This
always
week,
random.
We've decided to go. Well, we've let producer Jay come up with a topic. What's the topic this week?
Well, you said to me, because I sound a bit narcissistic here, but you said
You came up
just
with it.
before we started recording, you went, "We'll just do something on you."
Yeah, I don't want to.
Right? Okay, on me. So I'm not.
No,
No,
so
this
it's
isn't me going, "Oh,
your
let's make it all about me."
General knowledge on Jay.
Yeah. Right. First one, easy. How many kids have I got?
Right, got my answer.
Let me write mine down.
Write yours down.
Yeah. I'll write all mine down.
You confirm yours and I'll say mine first.
Yeah.
Yeah, ready?
Yep.
2 that you know about.
Wow. Go on.
I'm gonna go with 3.
And the winner is Joe Smith.
3?
1-0.
Oh, you only 2?
No,
He's got 3, mate.
Lily, Esme, and Ellis.
There you go. And that's
guys.
3.
That is 3. So, bit rude that you don't know how many kids.
It's a
you've got.
stunning start for
Meant-
Smith.
How many kids have I got?
Meant to be friends, eh?
What? Go on.
No.
Sorry, apologies.
Right.
You're always dropping him off at the pool, so you must have a few. Question 2.
Right, we'll give you an easy one. Yeah.
That was meant to be the easy one.
ones.
What level of education have I recently completed?
Have you been awarded it yet?
No, but I've completed the course,
Okay.
so hopefully I will get awarded it.
Is it a Masters?
I've gone with Masters as well.
It is a master's.
Yes,
I am
Lord.
a master's.
Points on the
degree.
board.
You're a master. You're an absolute master.
Yes.
1, 2.
Right. Third question. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is my favourite Chinese meal? No, we've done that, haven't we? Go on then. All right then. What sound do I live in?
Ready?
Yeah.
Eccles.
I've gone with Eccles as well.
Yes,
Yes.
I live in Eccles. Go on. Right.
Kids one.
Yeah.
Bastard kids. I think that was what was that? Alan Hansen, wasn't it?
That was so we're three in, aren't we? Yeah. Got 2 more to go.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Where's Quizmaster than Ethan? Are we 3 in?
3 in, is it? 2 more to go. Because 3 had 2 is 5, and there's 5 questions.
Right.
Question 4.
Right. An easy one again. We'll do an easy one. What?
When are the hard ones going? We've got 2 left.
Oh, you want hard ones? All right then.
Let's go hard.
In 1998, I was convicted of a crime. Happens to the best of us. And the judge, in his infinite wisdom, decided a custodial sentence would have been too harsh, so he gave me community service. How many hours community service?
Closest wins, is it?
Closest to the pin wins. How many hours community service
Right.
did I receive for, I hasten to add, a non-violent crime?
What was it?
It was possession of weed with intent.
Intent to
Supply.
Intent to what?
smoke.
Right. Go on
said
then.
it
You
could-
write yours down.
How many hours? Yeah.
120.
I've gone 70.
You've gone 70.
Yeah.
Joe's gone 120. The exact answer is I got 180.
Whoa! I'm back in the game.
Like a darts player.
180's loads.
Oh, tell me about
fucking
it. It's only an ounce of weed as well, it's alright. If it's stitch up.
What did you have to do?
Oh, cleaning cars, delivering leaflets.
Cleaning cars.
Yeah, it was
What kind
at
of
the
car
probation
wash?
centre in Stretford. They used to bring the cars in on a Sunday morning, or you'd have to clean them, or you got put on delivering leaflets, which was mint because you go and have breakfast in Sale and then go out delivering leaflets, but we just used to dump them.
Classic.
Proper chav, like. You've hit rock bottom when you're dumping leaflets that you might have been delivering on your community service. It's like time to assess your
What
life
would the
lessons.
leaflets be about? Just like council stuff?
Just like car wash.
Yeah, you just
Advertise the car,
whatever.
supply and demand.
Can't even remember, to be honest.
Tend to
with you.
supply and demand.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was only for myself. I just bought a load of weed and I got caught with it. Right, so that's 4. Are you keeping a tally of the scores?
Yeah.
3 all.
All right.
3-3. This is it. This is the decider.
So you want another tough one, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You want a tough, difficult one, yeah? Right, okay. What was my undergraduate degree in?
Undergraduate degree. I'm just going to say, you submitted yours.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take a stab in the dark. Don't know. I'm going to go with maybe something like journalism.
What have you gone with?
Why haven't I gone with that?
What have you put
That feels
down?
right now.
What have you put down?
I've put contemporary history.
Oh, you're both right. It's journalism and contemporary. It's a combined degree. It's a combined degree.
Unbelievable.
Hey, I
Call
thought
it a draw, shall we?
when I asked that, I thought that's probably too hard. They won't get that because it's a bit.
That
niche.
is a stunning result.
Crazy,
For the
that.
first time ever.
Did
no
you
points.
fart then when you jumped, by the way?
done.
Oh my God, it's
I am very,
squeezed me.
very proud of you both.
Thank you.
Wow.
You farted, didn't you? Because I could stink. What was that? Did you just
Like
excitement?
a froob. You know what I mean? Squeeze me, something pops out one end or the other. So no points
No
awarded
points.
this week.
No, we carry over because it's too good.
That was too happy an ending.
That was
Yeah.
so nice, that Jay.
lovely.
What year did you do that? How old
I
were
was
you?
I was a mature student, so I was 27. So 2007 when I started, and 2010 when I graduated.
Lovely. Straight through 3 years.
Straight
Smash
through.
box.
Put the community service days behind me and got me life together.
Yeah.
And look at
you
you
were
now.
You were a service to the community by the end, weren't you, Jay?
Yeah.
Yes, in the right ways.
Hasn't washed the car since.
No, he hasn't. He's got one as well. It's filthy. Absolutely filthy. Right. Should we go for a bit of Ask Jay?
Yes. Obviously, we've got no Ethan today. Where is he again?
Kent.
Kent.
I don't know where he is, but that's what he is.
I love the fact you've both gone down the Kent, meaning the C word route with your jokes. He did that earlier on, didn't you?
Yep.
Hey, and now you've done it. I love that. It's a staple in it of
Big
the comedy
Kent.
circuit.
Big Kent.
What's this?
He loves it, doesn't he?
Fucking chortle.com over here reviewing our set. Jesus Christ. Ethan just gets his head down and he does the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
With Jay, you get a fucking review in the post.
We get-
Sorry, I'm just a bit giddy after all that ducking orange sauce.
It's a staple of the comedy circuit. Really great humour from you two.
Will that be
4
your
stars.
tea tonight, Jay? Because it is a Friday night. Or
I
are you
don't
gonna
know.
have second
'cause
takeaway.
I
Like me?
am going to have tea, but I think I might have something light now because I'm semi-full.
Like what? Ducking lemon
Yeah.
sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might just
Very
get some
nice.
salt and
Just
pepper
go for the
chips.
small salt and pepper chip.
Yeah, I get salt and pepper chips without
That's the
it.
great thing about a large family pack of salt and pepper chips. It'll fill you right up. Right, we've got some questions from our patrons too. If you aren't a patron already, make sure you join us. Join Sloppy Joes on Patreon. Just go on patreon.com/Sloppy Joes podcast. It's that simple. For a very, very minimal fee, you get so much extra content.
And more's coming.
More is coming.
First
He's
dibs on
getting
live
waxed.
shows,
I spoke to Ethan's mum on the phone yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah. She was helping Ethan out because he was going through difficulties with his rail card. So he rang his mum. And I spoke to her on the
what
phone, and she
difficulties?
said she is more than up for coming on the podcast. Really? She's ready for it. She said she's not
Even
going to
if
hold
she
back
was-
either.
Against
And that's
me.
a patron exclusive. So Ethan's mum will be on our Patreon very, very
Oh,
soon.
man.
Right. We've got a few comments from our patrons. John B. says, Jay, if you had to live on a desert island for a year with Stephen Howson, how many days will it be till you just coconut his fucking head in?
Do you know what?
That's according to John B.
I think it'd be the other way around. I think he'd coconut my head in. And it'd probably be like after an hour.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
not because I was
So you
annoying
mean
him,
very quick.
just because he's Stephen Howson.
Yeah.
He's very violent anyway. And I think he does a good job of sort of stopping himself acting violent. But I think on a desert island, you literally, you get there and you'd go say something like, oh, it's warm. and he'd just snap and then just, listen to the voices in his head and stove your head in with a coconut.
Coconut your head in.
Yeah.
I like coconut as a verb.
It's a
really like
coconut.
Here's a great one from Longhorn Lover 444. They say, Jay, what's your all-time best party story? Now, you're a man that loved partying so much you had to stop.
What was your longest ever party as well? I want to throw that in there.
My longest ever party?
You know, it was 24-hour party people, isn't that?
From about 97 to 2002, I think, to be honest with you. I don't know. My longest ever party, I was one of them. I used to go out like on a Friday night or Friday afternoon after work and come back Monday morning. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, it was horrible. It was minging.
Yeah, but it was good at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was good. I'm trying to. I remember once my mate had an house party when we were kids, when we were young. And do you remember? You remember you used to get those things. Don't be bored. Call friends. What's the number now? 0898 555.
What was it?
What is that?
What is
Like
it?
chat rooms?
Right, yeah, this was back in the day. Like on the telly at 3 a.m, you get these phone lines advertised like, call this number to chat to friends and party people. And we were at his house. And
Like, just to be clear,
Sexy.
like sex stuff.
No, it was just like automated people. I don't know actually. I can't remember. I was levered. So we borrowed his house phone and we rang it, and we fell asleep. Like out of our heads.
Oh, I
and
can
that.
see where this is going.
And it was on for.
How
like,
bloody to fall
no.
asleep without hanging up the phone.
and it was just like whatever. And I remember like about a week later, he got shut out of his house because his mum come home from wherever she'd been, got the phone bill a week later, and it was like 300 quid, and just went ape, and he had to go and live with his dad.
300 quid. That's so bad.
So Jay partied so hard, he lost his. Someone's mum kicked them out.
Did you ever? I remember doing something like that where you used to call. I used to be fascinated with 1, 2, 3. You call that, you get the time.
Yeah.
The precise time was. I used to fucking buzz off that. God,
A simpler
this
time.
person's telling me the time.
Yeah.
How mad is that? Did you ever accidentally call the police as a kid or call the police
Oh
as a kid?
yeah.
Yeah, I did once.
Have you ever done that? Because the number for the police station at Talbot Road used to be 872 5050. So I used to give that people as a taxi number.
Oh no!
So I used to say, yeah, it's 872 5050. Because don't say 5050, they'll get onto it. And they'd ring it like levered. And sometimes they'd be that drunk. Like, because they'd answer the phone and go, oh, great, Manchester Police. But when you're not levered and you're not listening, you'd be like, can I have a taxi? Can we get me from Passwood Casino?
Oh God!
And he goes, excuse me, sir, this is the police phone.
Police.
Yeah, and then he'd go
Officer
mad.
Dibble.
Yeah, and he'd be like, oh, you done that for? I'm going to get nicked. Yeah,
So no police came to your house calling 999. We had police around our house once.
Why?
Because I called 999 as a kid, like little kid, like 2 or 3.
What?
Just bell 999. Because it was fun, wasn't it?
What'd you do?
Didn't do anything. The
Why'd
police
you ring
came
the
though.
999 then?
I think it's because I saw like, you could call the police if you just bell 999.
Don't feel real, does it?
Nah, doesn't. And then you go, what's your emergency? And then you don't say anything. And then it's just like, oh, coppers are on the house soon.
Yeah, if you don't say anything, that's worse. Because they think you just pressed it and then the attacker's still there. So they come around with riot gear.
Yeah, they did.
As Goodwin says, shag, marry, kill, Joe Smith, Joe McGrath, Stephen Howson.
I would shag
Cut
Joe.
to
sorry,
the camera.
Just shag Joe McGrath, marry Joe Smith, kill Stephen Howson. It's
Would it be
simple.
the same way if
It's simple. It is simple.
There's
Would
no
it be the same
debate there.
order if Ethan was in the mix? So get rid of House and put Ethan in the mix.
That's a good point.
Still kill Ethan?
Yeah, I think I'd
shag
marry.
Ethan, wouldn't
I
you?
spend a lot of time with Joe. Me and get on really well, so I'd marry Joe.
You two don't get on so well.
No,
No.
I'm Joe McGrath for a while. He's a good-looking lad, so shag him. And Ethan, yeah, I'm sorry, son, but you've got to go.
And
You've got to bleed the arse, haven't
And
you?
finally, yeah, he has. You couldn't be shagging that. And finally, you've been sentenced. This is from John B. You've been sentenced to death by veg. The judge lets you choose the vegetable and the method, and it can't take more than a day. How are you going out?
That's a really, really good question.
It's a mad question,
It's a
though, isn't it?
fantastic question from John B.
Is a marrow a vegetable?
Technically, it's a fruit, but I'll let you have it.
Can I have a marrow dropped on my head from the top of the Seven Sisters tower block or something? Well, the Seven Sisters have been knocked down, hasn't it? Lost Stock Flats. So a marrow.
The Seven Sisters.
Sorry, I got knocked
What are
down
you
years ago. I
talking
don't know
about?
what I'm on about.
What's the Seven Sisters tower block?
Oh, it was
It's not the mid-90s,
It's a block
Jay.
of flats
Yeah.
in Rochdale.
No, it was in
Rochdale?
It was in Mustang. I got knocked down years ago. I'm trying to think of a block of flats.
This one for our Rochdale listeners.
Sisters Tower.
Yeah, all right, Lost Stock Flats.
The Hilton Tower, you could have said.
All right, the Hilton Tower, Beetham Tower, right? A marrow drops on my head from Beetham Tower while I'm stood below, obviously. Yeah? Straight on my head. Out. Done. Nice one. Huh?
Wow.
Sad that, innit?
That is
What's
sad.
wrong with that? I think that's
No, it's
painless,
all
isn't
right,
it? It's
yeah.
like, you
Yeah,
know,
it's good that.
you
Yeah.
ain't-
What would you do?
No pain involved.
I don't know why I turned into Jamie Carragher there.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh.
Death by veg.
I thought you honestly meant you have to eat that much veg that you die.
You think you
Well, you
could
said
do that?
method, didn't you? Said,
Method,
like,
sorry. So
yeah.
I thought you meant you have to just
You did
judge
say
like
method.
If you had to eat as much any veg,
sweet potato thing, I thought.
yeah,
Shove that down you, we passed out in no time.
yeah, just got. It's just in the gullet like that. Breathe in at the same time. That's sad, isn't it? So there you go. That's Ask Jay.
Ask Jay.
Thank you, guys. I enjoyed those. Great questions from your
Really good
Patreon
questions.
members.
Marrow off the top of the Seven Sisters flats.
I don't
in
think I've ever had a
Rochdale.
marrow.
Really?
Let me show me a picture.
There's a marrow for you. You'll recognise them.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's all right.
marrow.
Take your time and find
Alright,
the right
it's just the
marrow.
listeners here that
It's
way.
not just about getting any marrow.
You want one of them to land on you from the top of the beach?
Yeah, but it's going to knock you out, innit? Like, not knock you out, it's going to kill you.
That would knock you out. That one, fucking hell.
So I mean, so it's relatively painless. You just knocked out, aren't you? Whatever.
Jesus Christ. For listeners, I'll just give an insight. Joe didn't type in marrow there. I think he typed in the word penis. And he just turned it to me, and I saw fucking what looked like a mad willy. And imagine
It was
that.
a drawing.
It was a drawing of a willy.
It wasn't mine. Anyway, that's going to be all from us. Thank you so much, producer Jay, for stepping in.
Thanks,
What happened
Hero.
for Ethan?
I hope I haven't offended too many of Ethan's fans by being an inadequate replacement. He will be back next week, so don't fret.
Absolutely fantastic. I've
Unless
tried Dunkin'
he
Orange Sauce
stays
for the
in
first time.
Kent. Okay. Oh, it's been great to be here. You around Wingfest? I'm there.
Come check it out. Where is it based?
Trafford Centre.
You joking? Are you there tomorrow?
Yeah. You at the Trafford Centre?
I'm at Trafford Park tomorrow.
What doing?
I'm visiting some friends that are going to a wellness and hippie
In Trafford
festival.
Park?
Yeah.
It's dead loud.
Yeah.
It's not. It's the opposite of where you want to be at for a hippie festival.
Wellness.
There's not a tree in sight.
Don't need to be a trees, mate.
It does.
The tree of the mind.
Is it at Event City? It is, isn't it?
Don't worry about that.
Mate, if I type in hippie festival Trafford Park, it's coming up in it.
Yeah, I'll meet you there tomorrow.
No.
No.
Are
you in a bad
Come to
way?
Wingfest. Good fun.
All right.
Join the Patreon and whatever you're doing, share this podcast with a mate or in your WhatsApp groups, in your messengers. If you've got groups of mates that like maybe Paddock or just like comedy podcasts, share it. Get us in there. Let's build up some numbers, some followers. The Slopper Army. Let's build up an army so we can take on.
The Slopper Army is virulent.
And
And
don't know what that
aggressive.
means, me.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Never do. Bye for now, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, it's doing that for asking.